everybody, and welcome to the United Stand build-up show. Is Manchester United against Bournemouth at home. A really important game for Manchester United, especially after probably the best performance of the season at home to Chelsea. Can we replicate that again at home a few days later? And people say, well, it's Bournemouth. Bournemouth are actually doing very well at the moment, and I think they've got a very good team. So it's going to be a tough day, but I'm excited for it. I'm actually excited going to Old Trafford off the back of that Chelsea win. So welcome to the show, everyone. And Faz, you're here too. We've also got Ricky calling in. But Faz, you were just talking about Dominic Solanke before we started.
Yeah.
I mean, are you fearful for this game?
Listen, I'm still not fully 100% confident with Manchester United to the point where I can say yes, I'm very confident, and I'm not fearful of any team. Listen, Bournemouth can be very dangerous as well. Dominic Solanke, I think he's got 8 goals in 18, if I'm not mistaken, and. Most important thing for us is to try and get some consistency. Yet again, the backline has to be changed because there's no Lindelof, if I'm not mistaken. So correct. That's going to be, Eric has mentioned that he's had to chop and change the backline, which doesn't help him going into games. But we have a very good record against Bournemouth. I think on aggregate, we've scored about 13 goals against them in the last 4 or 5 matchups that we've had, something like that. So, yeah, they've not beaten us. In the last 8 times we've played them, I think we've won 7 times. So it should be an easier game than the other ones. And we've done a better job with the bottom half of the table, haven't we?
We have done. If it was at Bournemouth Stadium, I would be a bit more worried because they've taken points off Newcastle at their stadium, taken points at Aston Villa, 2 very good teams. But the fact that we're at Old Trafford gives me a lot more confidence. I do think we will win the game, but I don't think a lot of people, I saw people saying it's only Bournemouth. Bournemouth are good. And they started the season poorly, but their manager is starting to bounce back a little bit now, and they're going to come here to Old Trafford. I feel like they're going to give us a good game, and I don't think it'll be the rollover that people are expecting. And what I'm just hoping for is that the team doesn't get complacent from Chelsea, and the exact same amount of effort and the way that they played that game, where every player covered every blade of grass, they give it 100%. We want to see that again against Bournemouth on Saturday. We need to see it consistently, not just one time and then a bit of complacent against Bournemouth. We need to make sure we back it up.
They've obviously had that good win against Newcastle at home. That was the big one for them, and they've kind of gone 4 games unbeaten since then, with a draw against Villa, which was again a very, very good result for them considering how Villa's going. So the manager and the players, the consensus is that around Bournemouth fans and in general is something has clicked for them, just like we were thinking, oh, something might click for us at this time of the season. So I think that's what they're going to use to come to Old Trafford, and what a moment it would be for Bournemouth's manager to come to Old Trafford and get a point or even try and get a win. That'll go massively in Bournemouth's history, and his philosophy is all about creating history or moments with Bournemouth. So he'll be very hyped up for it. And yes, we've had good time with Chelsea, but make no mistake, we still need to be considerate of the games that are coming up as well. So we can't be risking injuries. We can't be risking, certain things. Big buy-in game, Villa, Liverpool coming up. So we've got some big fixtures coming up as well.
Well, I've got something I want to ask you that I've been asking people all morning. I think it's a big debate. We'll have the debate in the chat as well, for sure. Yeah. But one interesting fact for everyone at home and for you as well is that, since Bournemouth have come back into the Premier League, United have never lost against them. We've always won. So it's really important that we carry on that today. Ten Hag was speaking in his press conference and he said, everyone's killing each other in the Premier League. You have to pick your strongest team.
Yes.
He's going to pick your strongest team today, and that's exactly what we should be doing. We should be focusing on the Premier League. Champions League, if we win against Bayern, you're hopeful for a Galatasaray Copenhagen draw, but realistically...
Do you think we throw away the Champions League at this point?
No, we don't throw it away, but your main priority's got to be the game ahead of you, and the Premier League games, for me, are the most important right now. I think there's a very slim chance we get through that Champions League group. Very slim. Obviously, you give everything to try and get through it. But Premier League, you look at the table, we're 3 points off top 4.
I think we should push for the Premier League and call off Champions League. There's no point risking it.
I don't think you call it off. I just think you put everything into today. You put everything into Monday when it comes around to it. But you've got to focus on this game now.
No, I get that. It's the it's the feeling of, oh, let's say we win against Bayern, and then we're like fingers crossed and glued to our screen, hoping that there's a result in between Copenhagen and Galatasaray that helps us.
It's at the same time, isn't it? So
yeah,
we'll know around. People will be looking at the scoreline all the way through that game. It'll be an interesting one, but as he said, each team's killing each other, and that's true. Like you look at even the title race, in fact, and it's so wide open right now. You've got Arsenal against Villa tonight, which is going to be a massive one. I mean, Newcastle have just dropped points to Everton. Spurs have fallen off a little bit. Like you look at it and you think, Manchester United have. I don't know how, because we've been so poor this season, have actually got a chance of building some form in the Premier League and getting a good position. So today's super important to continue that, especially considering we've got, Anfield and Villa and them games coming up.
One thing, right, Beth, I was thinking about it yesterday, that I'm actually enjoying the season more than I thought I would.
Really? I was hating them.
No, not as a Manchester United fan, as a generic football fan.
See, for me, I get that, and I am enjoying it, and I'm loving the fact that it's not just City dominating already.
That's right.
But when United lose, I struggle to watch other games because it frustrates me that other teams are doing well.
No, I get
so it just turns me off football. Like when Man United are doing rubbish, I love the Premier League, and I do watch the games. I watch Match of the Day because we need to, in this job, and to know everything. But I watch it, but I can't say I enjoy it when I know how poorly we're doing.
Yeah.
So if we start putting a string of results together, hopefully I'll be able to enjoy the Premier League a little bit more, because I love the Premier League.
I just on that point, it's as weird as it sounds. As I don't know how fans will like this or clip it up, but it's just nice seeing City not just dominate the league.
You know what they do after Christmas?
I know, I do, but they might not.
And they've got Kevin De Bruyne coming back.
I don't.
Don't.
I don't want to jinx it.
The only thing is, you have too much hope. I know for a fact that City after Christmas are going to go on some mad run where they don't lose a game in like 10.
Now, yeah, traditionally that's what they've been doing, but that's the thing you hope for, is they don't do that, and they go on a kind of downward spiral, which it's never happened. So under Pep anyway. So yeah, I enjoy seeing other teams battle it out, and it's not just the top four, by the way. There's a real, political battle going on between the 4th and the 8th. Mid-table is very interesting this season.
Villa have proper thrown a spanner.
Villa have really, annoyed me. It's like
I love watching them. I can't.
No, I'm saying it's like a food that you didn't know you're gonna like, and you try it, and you're like, wow, what is this? And that's what Villa are doing, because I was expecting Spurs or Newcastle or even Brighton to be in and around those positions, but it's Villa. So yeah, very surprised and definitely enjoying it. Let's see how Villa keep up over the next course of few weeks, but let's see how we do as well. Yeah,
Emery's doing fantastic, and I actually really enjoy watching Villa. It's a weird one for me. We'll talk about this in a second. We need to talk about United's game, but AMC9 says that you're not going to the game. We're both going to the game. We're both going to Old Trafford today, but this is one for you, right? The Aston Villa game this afternoon. Arsenal Villa. What result do you want? Because for me, it's like I don't want City to win the title, so I want Arsenal to win. Yeah. Because I don't want City to win the title, I'd rather Arsenal win the title than City. So I want Arsenal to win, but at the same time, I'd love Villa to beat Arsenal. Do you know what I mean? It's a tough one. Any day of the week, I will drink Arsenal tears. Any day. City I don't do 4 in a row this year. And this could be stopping. I know, and they'll be the first one to do it. Yeah. Exactly. So we've got to think about that as United fans. Yeah, but Arsenal tears, I can't. I'm sorry, it just tastes too good. I can't. Like social media especially tears, though. Who gives from one? Mr. Good Evening himself. No. This is too good to be given out. No. I'm not having City doing 4 in a row, especially when Pep was gloating about it in his press conference. Obviously, they've got more games to come just on today's game. I know, but every point matters. Every point. At the end of the season, it could be that close. A draw is the best result. A draw is the best result. I'd be saying Faz, if Villa would have beat Arsenal, could have been a different story. Yeah, a draw is the best result then. But focusing on Man United's game, this is one that everybody has been talking about. What do you do with the centre-back and left-back situation, Faz? Here are the 3 options I have for you. Do you want me to tell you my 3 options? Go on. So the 3 options is, you play Maguire and Evans, and Shaw at left-back. Okay. The second option is you play Maguire and Shaw as centre-back, and Reguilon as left-back. Okay. And the third option is you play Varane and Maguire as centre-backs, and then you play Luke Shaw at left-back. So give me your pick. And everyone in the chat as well, let me know what you would want. Option 1, 2 or 3? 3. Varane and Shaw. Varane and Maguire? And Shaw as in like Varane and then Shaw and Maguire, yeah. Yeah.
I still think that's better than playing Reguilon and Shaw in centre-back. Luke Shaw does fantastically well when he's in centre-back. He's never facing his own goal. As a defender, if you're facing your own goal, you know, in a defensive phase, then it's a big problem because you're chasing the ball back. But Luke is always in the right place, right time, right areas. When he's in the centre-back position, he's done really well. But then the drop in output from having Reguilon in the left-back is worth too much to me. So that's why I would rather have Luke Shaw. And I think Varane should be able to hold his own against the Bournemouth.
I keep saying this, I play Varane, it's Bournemouth, but they're going to press us high up the pitch. Dominic Solanke is tough. Varane's not played in weeks. He's just come back from a sore back. Who do you play at left-sided centre-back? Do you move Maguire after being doing so well on the right?
No, I don't.
So you put Varane there?
Yeah, he has to.
Varane's not got a left foot, I'm afraid.
We'll have to make it work somehow. Unless he plays Dalot left-back.
No.
And Luke Shaw centre-back.
No, I'd rather play Reguilon. I'd rather play Reguilon left-back and Dalot right-back.
Yeah, but Bournemouth, they really do attack through the wings, and if Reguilon's having a bad few bits of the game,
well
then
against Chelsea.
He played okay. You know what I mean?
What I want to say for you is, right, okay. Why not Johnny Evans? Like, I know it's not the fancy, flashy name.
True.
But he did really well when he came in his left-sided centre-back.
Only because, again, he's 35 years old. I don't know if he'll be able to continually keep up the intensity throughout the season, but it does also make sense playing him in the odd games like today, yeah. Yeah, I could see that as well, playing Evans and then playing Luke Shaw left-back. That could work. But that could only mean that Varane's exit is imminent then. If Varane doesn't get in a team against Bournemouth, then...
I don't think Varane will start because Ten Hag said his philosophy is to play someone on the left side who can play left-footed passes. He doesn't feel comfortable with Maguire there.
No.
He doesn't feel comfortable with Varane there.
No.
It's going to either be Johnny Evans or Luke Shaw. I feel like if Johnny Evans is fit enough, Johnny Evans will play because Luke Shaw's just incredible to have as left back and you want him there. If Johnny Evans isn't fit enough, I think you'll see Luke Shaw and Maguire as centre back, and then it could be Dalot's left back. He's done that before, or it might be Reguilon or Reguilon, as Ricky would say.
Someone made a good point. Says play Evans 45 minutes, then move Shaw to centre back again. That's a good point. You know, that's again in-game management where you know, consider your load management of some of these players who are having injury issues. So yeah, that could be an option as well. And maybe Varane can come in the second half.
Yeah, that could be an option to bring Varane off the bench and kind of embed him in that way and hopefully start to give him some game time and integrate him into the team, I feel like.
It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. I'm interested to see who he picks because this will tell me who he's almost preferring, isn't he? If Varane's that injury prone, then he's clearly lost faith in him. And he's got Johnny Evans there to be utilised, so he'll probably go with Johnny Evans, actually, thinking about it now. Do you think
Rashford will be part of the squad today?
Nah. He's out, isn't he?
Well, he was earlier today, he said he was a risk.
So we don't know yet.
We don't know yet. But
I don't think Rashford should be starting at all, no. Especially if he's
well, he won't be starting, but do you think he'll be part of the squad?
He'll be part of the squad, I have a feeling, yeah.
Okay, and another question for you. We're going to bring Ricky in just under 5 minutes. Another question for you is, do you think Hojlund will score today?
I was thinking about it on the drive here that there might be a goal for Hojlund. It's a big question about if he's getting in the right areas or not. Someone in the calling show brought it up. I think you
was listening,
saw, yeah,
and I thought he made a good point.
McTominay gets in the areas and it's affecting Hojlund, but
It's not. McTominay isn't affecting Hojlund.
Yeah, but I can go through so many scenarios where Hojlund's not getting in the right area at the right time, but then there are more scenarios where Hojlund is not getting the ball when he's supposed to get it. So it's a balance. I think the team still needs to learn how to play with a striker like Rasmus Hojlund, and he has to grow as well, you know, with the team. So it's a time thing more than anything. People are already saying that they don't like Rasmus Hojlund and etc. And I don't understand how.
Ridiculous.
Where did they get this from? He needs ample amount of time before he can grow into the team.
The thing is, what I would say on Hojlund is he's 20 years old. He played half a season in Atalanta. He was coming off the bench at the first half and he integrated himself into the team. He's coming to Manchester United, where Manchester United have had a terrible start to the season. They've not created many chances. Okay, you've started to create more chances, and yeah, his movement could be a bit better. And he needs to learn to be in the right place at the right time. I saw people saying oh, McTominay's taking all Hojlund's chances. I was like, stop blaming McTominay.
That's a weird one, that. I don't get it.
Playing brilliant. At Chelsea, Drogba scored loads of goals, Lampard scored loads of goals. It doesn't matter. You know, people have got to be able to get into their positions. Hojlund's got to maybe get into a few better positions, but he made a really nice run against Chelsea that Luke Shaw put him through, had a shot on goal. He's doing the right things. His work rate is absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah.
His attitude is spot on.
Yeah.
He scored some great goals in the Champions League. It will click in the Premier League. He just needs a little bit of time, and there needs to be a little bit of patience.
Yeah, a lot of patience, not a little, a lot of patience.
Yeah, a lot of patience.
I said this when we were getting him, that we need to really, you know, be careful how we deal with him, and it's typical Man United fans. There'll be a part of Man United fans who start thinking he's not good enough straight away. He's got so many years of football to come. I think what's more positive is that the team are creating chances and someone is scoring. That's what's more positive.
Penalty to Crystal Palace.
Ooh, okay.
Ooh. Oh. But, you know, I completely get you on that. And with Hojlund as well, because of the way his game is, he's running non-stop. He's press.
Martial might start today. What do you think?
I think Hojlund will start again, but
considering we've got
Bayern as well, I don't know.
In just a couple of days.
But this is the problem. Well, it's not a problem, but it's frustrating for me because Hojlund gives absolutely everything. His body is on the line every single game he plays, right? So ideally, you would want to rest him today. He needs rest, especially at 20, to keep himself rejuvenated, keep himself on top form. He's the type of player where I don't think with the way he plays, 3 games a week is sustainable. So you need somebody else, and this is why we should have had a more experienced striker in, because I don't trust Martial coming today and doing that role.
Well, you have to consider the minutes that Rasmus has been playing. You know, you need to, if we're gonna have the best chance to beat Bayern, you need Rasmus Hojlund fully ready and energetic. And
well, what are your thoughts on Man United? It's getting really hot apparently on Garnacho in January.
I like him. I like him.
The one thing I would say is at 27, he's only just kind of getting these numbers. Apparently, he's overperforming his XG.
It's okay. I don't like. He's a striker. 27 to between 26 to 31 years old is when you're gonna do most of the damage as a striker, unless you're a phenomenal world level striker. The reason why I like Guirassy is because, look, money is always going to be an issue when it comes to us buying players, and we always overspend on players one way or another. What is it, 15 million euros, pounds?
Yeah, 50 million pounds.
That's fantastic. The price tag is fantastic. Why would you not take those sorts of risks? Take those sorts of risks and see what you can make out of it. He's got, 15 goals, the quickest in Bundesliga, if I'm not mistaken. That's faster than Haaland and Kane. And I've seen.
Yeah, he broke the record.
He broke the record.
He broke the record for scoring so many goals in a season in so many games.
Yeah, is it 12 goals in 15 games or 15 goals in X amount of games?
I said I would take a punt on him for that price, because you know you're not really losing out if he doesn't succeed. To be honest with you, 15 mil.
I don't know how serious the actual link is.
He's starting to get a little bit more heated up recently. Sky Germany is talking about it.
But I'm going to be deadly honest, with no disrespect to anyone, agents also use Manchester United's name to get their player a new contract, a better terms. So we want to. I don't know how serious.
No, I think he will leave. I think he will leave. I was speaking to Romano about him. Romano said clubs in Germany are going to go in for him. Europe, Premier League teams. I know Newcastle, I think, are looking at him.
So he's drummed up quite a bit of interest.
He's going to go, especially for the 15 mil release cost. He's going to leave Stuttgart. It's just where he goes. Realistically, Manchester United should be aiming for better, but for the price tag for a stopgap, it's not too bad.
No, it's not bad. On a side note, though, Beth, Jermaine Frimpong.
For me, I don't think he's Premier League. Just from what I've seen. Anyway, we'll get into a discussion. I really like him. I don't think he can play right back in Premier League in a back four. He's a wing back, in my opinion. I think he can play wing back. I think he can play in a back five in the Premier League. Absolutely. Can't play as a right back in a back four, I don't think, in the Prem. He's brilliant going forward.
Jeremy Frimpong.
I think defensively he'd get a little bit found out in the Premier back four.
Was it Liverpool losing?
Could be okay. Yeah, Liverpool at 1-0 down. Apparently it was a controversial penalty. Anthony Tracy said Hojlund is like Anthony, talent, but we overpaid. Interesting stuff. Anyway, Don Ricky in Spain is in the chat. Ricky, are you with us?
I'm here, yeah. How are you?
Did you see our Christmas tree before we went live?
Did us what, sorry?
Did you see the Christmas tree?
I can see it now, yeah.
Yeah,
it's lovely.
It's brilliant, isn't it? Give us give the United Stand viewers a shout out to who provided us with it.
My friend Wayne, great lad Wayne, his Christmas tree yard, if that's what you want to call it, is, as you've said a couple of times, Beth, it's at Staley Bridge Station, right next to Staley Bridge Station. Mention the United Stand, you get a £5 off.
Brilliant stuff.
Fantastic, real Christmas trees.
Yeah, they smell gorgeous. It is gorgeous. Our Christmas elves decorated it beautifully. We'll absolutely love it. So thanks for sorting us that, Ricky.
You know what? I've seen many Christmas trees in my 27 years of life, but it's actually very, very nice.
I love it. I love it.
On a serious note, it's very nice.
It's very nice.
Some serious interior design going on there. I really like it.
Ricky, are you excited for the game? Apparently, Ricky, your wife helped out as well. Brilliant stuff. I didn't even know that till now.
So, yeah.
Brilliant stuff.
And she told us how obsessed you are with football, and that you just spend hours and hours and hours and hours of your day rewatching games. She was telling us all the stories.
Faz, I don't know what it is, but you sound like a Dalek to me again.
He can't hear you again. He can't hear you again.
This is something to do with Faz's mic. I'm sure I can hear Beth clearly.
I don't know. It's the last time as well, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know what it is. But Ricky was saying, that your wife, who we love, was telling him all the stories about you watching football all day, every day, rewatching the games. Can't get enough of it. But are you excited for the Bournemouth game, Ricky?
I'm excited for today. Yeah, I am. I'm really looking forward to it. Obviously, it's, if you'd have told me a couple of months back or even a few weeks back that we could catch up with City on points today, I'd have laughed my head off, to be honest. I'm absolutely amazed. Obviously, they can go back ahead of us tomorrow, but for us to be anything like level with City is unbelievable.
It's absolutely... I don't get it. I don't get how it's happened. I feel like I've gone through a simulation or something. But... Ricky, we were having this discussion before I brought you on. I thought it'd be good to bring you on to talk about this. We were talking about the three options that Erik ten Hag could go for today in the back line regarding the centre-back and left-back situation. So I know which one you'd go for, but I'll say the options. The first option is play Maguire and Evans and then Luke Shaw left-back. Second option is to play Maguire and Luke Shaw centre-back and Reguilon as left-back. And then... The third option is to play Maguire and Varane together and Luke Shaw at left back. What do you think Erik ten Hag will do and why?
I think you've actually named them in the correct order. I think Maguire and Varane first, and then Reguilon second, and Varane. No chance of Varane play. I'd be amazed if Varane plays. Absolutely amazed. I'm not 100% confident that he will play Johnny Evans, but it's definitely what I'd do. That'd be my choice, and I think we'll be a solid back line then with a left back who's great. Look, Reguilon did well the other night. He did better than he normally does, but I don't know what it was about the game against Chelsea. Most of the players did better than they normally do, so Reguilon was no different to everyone else in that respect.
We were speaking a little bit before you came on about how Hojlund hasn't scored a Prem goal yet, and some people were giving him a little bit of grief after the Chelsea game. I really like everything he's about, and I think we've got to be patient, and I think it'll definitely come with him. Where are you at on Hojlund?
I think goals will come, but it's not easy scoring goals in our front line because of the way we've covered this so many times, haven't we? It's easy scoring goals in our front line with wingers who like to cut in and shoot. Rashford was a prime example, prime culprit. Obviously, he's not in the line. Or I'm saying obviously, I assume he won't be in the lineup today after the performance the other night. Plus, obviously, I've heard that
he's ill. I think.
Is he not there today? He might not even be there.
We don't know if he's there, but I know yesterday it was reported that Rashford's ill. Which, by the way, I know a lot of people are doubting the illness of Rashford, but.
He passed
illness is going round in January, I tell you that for a fact.
We just got told he passed a late fitness test this morning.
Well, Ricky, apparently he passed a late fitness test this morning, so he will be part of the squad.
Right.
Rashford, I don't think he'll start.
He'll probably be on the bench.
Yeah.
But where were we going with that? We were going with Hojlund. Obviously, if Rashford plays, you don't get too many chances made for you. Anthony doesn't make too many chances for you. And then... obviously, we've got Garnacho, who's playing pretty regularly on the left. He is Slightly better than both of them at providing opportunities. He also likes to cut in and shoot a lot, but he's slightly better than, well, he's a lot better than Rashford and better than Anthony at providing opportunities for the number 9. So I think chances will come his way. He will start scoring goals. Whether he'll ever be a prolific goal scorer, I wouldn't like to say. But I'm a firm believer that you don't necessarily need a prolific goal scorer. I know a lot of people argued back when we didn't City win. I know they got Hojlund last year who scored a ridiculous amount of goals, but City scored just as many goals and won the league the year before with Gabriel Jesus playing at number 9 most of the time, and I think he scored about 10. You know what I mean? So it doesn't have to be that way.
Interesting stuff.
Will you ask him for his midfield 3, please?
Yes, I will do.
I heard that.
You heard that one. You heard that one. Go on, Rick.
Yeah.
The midfield 3, I think he's going to stick with it, isn't he? I mentioned to Beth in a WhatsApp that I did watch the match in a pretty busy pub. I hate watching matches in busy pubs, but it's all I could do really on Wednesday night, and you miss quite a lot. People talking to you, etc. But from what I saw, I thought Amrabat played really well the other night. I thought he played really well. McTominay, obviously, he's got to play scoring goals for fun, really, isn't he? Well, by our standards, I think he's top scorer in the league with 5, and he's the top scorer overall with 6. So I don't think you can leave McTominay out. So, yeah, I think the midfield 3 will be the same.
So, Ricky, you'd finally include Bruno in your midfield 3?
Well, obviously, I'm saying there, I think Faz is asking me not what I do, but what I think it'll be. And that's what I think it'll be. And after the game the other night, again, I didn't see it absolutely properly. I probably would stick with it, yeah.
Love that from you, Rick. Love that from you. Quickly, before the team news comes in, I wanted to ask you about Garnacho, because you've liked Garnacho. You've not been overly hyped on him, but again, I thought he had a great game against Chelsea. Is he locking down that left wing spot for you?
He clearly is doing, isn't he? I think he's played about 6 in a row. I was looking back at this the other day, or only yesterday. I was looking back at it, and he came in. He came into the Fulham game, didn't he? Because Marcus I think he was ill that day. Was he ill or injured? I think he was ill. He missed Fulham away anyway, and Garnacho came into that game, and he's been in the team since. So I think he might be in the team on the left wing for some time to come.
Yeah, I think. Were you happy with his performance at Chelsea?
Overall, yeah. Again, I watched it in the pub. But what I saw, yeah. What I saw the other night, I thought everybody played at least as well, if not better than they normally do.
Yeah, and with Garnacho, he provided that last cross for McTominay as well for the goal.
Yeah, he did. He put that ball in. It was a great ball. McTominay should have scored an header just before that from a Bruno cross, shouldn't he, as well?
McTominay should have scored from an Anthony pass as well. A little bit before that. He could have had about 4.
No, he keeps getting into positions, but if he hadn't scored the 2 goals, he'd be getting castigated for missing the 2 chances. But, in a roundabout way, I know he's not a striker, but all strikers have to miss some chances, or else you're not going to, because you can't score every chance. So if you're going to keep getting on the end of chances, you've got to miss some. Simple as that. So, Hojlund, I bet Hojlund wishes he was getting on the end of 4 chances in a game and sticking 2 of them away.
I thought, actually, despite even the goals, he had a good performance against Chelsea, which is what a lot of fans have maybe criticised him for before. But I thought he had a good performance overall against Chelsea, and it was nice to see. His post-match interview was good as well. Team news is in any second now. But Ricky, what do you think, quickly, about Bournemouth? What do you make of Bournemouth as a team?
I've noticed the results, and I've just had a quick look back at it. Fantastic form at the minute. They beat Palace away, didn't they, the other night? That's a great win. But did you just say Palace are beating Liverpool, by the way?
Yeah, they're beating them 1-0.
So there you go. They're beating Liverpool 1-0. They got beat by Bournemouth 2-0 at home the other night. So that was a great result. Who else? They drew with Villa. Villa are flying high, and Villa only got a last-minute equaliser against them. They've won 3 and drawn 1 of the last 4. And it's a funny old game motivating players when you're playing against the smaller clubs. No matter how much you say it to them, they will still think that they've not really got a tough game on. They've got an extremely tough game on today. Mark my words.
Ricky, I've got the team in. I think you're going to be happy.
Well, there you go. I'm not surprised what Johnny Evans is playing.
No, not Johnny Evans. But team is in. We've got Andre Nana in goal. Diogo Dalot right back, a centre-back partnership of Harry Maguire and Luke Shaw. Sergio Reguilon at left back. You have a midfield three of Amrabat, McTominay and Bruno Fernandes. And you have a front three of Anthony, Alejandro Garnacho and Anthony Martial.
Wow.
Me and Faz were just saying, the way Hojlund plays, he can't play 3 games a week because he's so full throttle every time. You need to rotate. So Anthony Martial's back in the team.
That's amazing. I'm absolutely amazed, and I'm so pleased for him. I'm so pleased for him. I really am. I sent you that message, didn't I? The stick he's been getting and the way he's been put into the same bracket as Rashford at the Newcastle game was absolutely disgusting. The number of decent things that Martial did in that game. I'm not saying he had a fantastic game, but it's just how poor Rashford was. Martial was nowhere near as poor as Rashford, and he seems to be tied with the same brush, and everybody's saying Rashford and Martial, Rashford and Martial. No, not Rashford and Martial, just Rashford. Martial, let me put it this way, the team performance was so poor that Martial wasn't much poorer than anybody else, but Rashford was.
Well, Martial's got his chance today, and I think it shows that, Erik ten Hag is obviously on good terms with him, and obviously they had that little bit of arms in the air moment at Newcastle, but Erik ten Hag actually did defend Martial in his presser and said that he's perfectly happy with him, he's fine with him. So are you happy? Obviously you're happy that he started today, Rick.
Over the moon that he's starting. I really am dead chuffed for him, because I thought the other night, I'll be honest with you, I was absolutely gutted for the lad when he brought Rashford on for the last 10 minutes when he took Hojlund off. And I thought, what is all that about after one game of them both not playing well, but Martial not being as bad as him? But short memories as well. It's only Martial's previous performance to that, where he scored a goal and he won a penalty at Goodison. He had a good game. So in Martial's previous game, he had a better game than Rashford's had all season. And yet one bad game, and then and it's all Martial out. You know what I mean? So I'm dead chuffed that he's overlooked it.
I don't know if you can hear me,
but
I don't. I hope you can hear me, Ricky. But I don't know why the fan base did that as well. Martial was actually working harder, way harder than I thought he would. And he was following his runners. He was trying to block our passing lanes. And again, people can use the argument of Rasmus not getting service, but neither was Martial anyways, because Rashford was on the pitch. I don't understand where the analysis comes from. And
everybody's saying no. I can hear you now, Faz.
I'm adamant that Martial should leave this summer anyways, but I'm not going to just use any excuse against him over his time. At the end of the day, he's there to be utilised, and he's been fit all season, and we're nearly halfway through the season. So kudos to him for staying fit, and I'm glad that the manager's going to use him. It gives us a different option up front.
Look, he's a great option. It's a sickener. I'm sure a lot of people will jump on it. It's a sickener how it went at Newcastle. But like I say, it's a whole team thing. It wasn't just the striker, and it certainly wasn't the striker on his own that was poor. I'm glad the manager's overlooked it now and put him back in the lineup. He deserves some run outs, and at the same time, as you just said, Hojlund can't play every game.
You've got to keep him fresh. You've got to keep him fresh, especially with the way Hojlund plays. He's running, the physicality he uses. He's constantly doing these sprints over and over again. He's 20 years old. You've got to, he's only just come back from a muscle. He's only just come back from a muscle injury. Yeah. He's got to load manage him, and that's what a manager should do.
I knew he was going to play Martial today. I could just tell because he got a bigger game coming up in a few days.
You did say that before, to be fair. A couple super chats. Daniel Sturridge. Thank you, Daniel. Afternoon, Beth and Ricky. Hope you're all good. Why not Faz? Come on, give Faz a super
I think
chat.
you didn't see me on the
Jack
screen.
Molloy, what's your opinion on Mainu and Ahmad? We'll talk about that in a bit. Times End member for 11 months says that he wants to sell Rashford. I think you're jumping the gun a little bit there. And Jack Molloy, thank you for your super chat. But lastly, Ricky, before you go, I want to ask you score predictions and how you think the game will go.
Right, well, I'll tell you what, you've led perfectly into this, because I was about to say, before we got off the subject, that it might do Hojlund good to come on for 15 or 20 minutes. Obviously, when the game's getting stretched and defenders are getting tired and he's fresh, and that might be how he might get a goal or two, and it might kickstart his season. So I'm going to say a 2-0 win for United, and I'm going to say Martial and Hojlund.
Interesting stuff. Love that, Ricky. Positivity. Yeah. You think Hojlund's going to come on and score? I like that. So we have. Do you want me to tell you the bench, Ricky, before you go? Actually.
Yeah, if you would, yeah.
So the bench is Bayindir, Evans, Varane, Wan-Bissaka, Kobe Mainoo, Pellistri, Van der Beek, Hojlund, and Rashford.
Okay, so he is on the bench. Right, okay.
I hope we see Pellistri, Hojlund come on. Maybe Rashford will come on as well. Mainoo, it'd be nice for him to get everyone out, but we'll have to wait and see. But Ricky, thank you very much as always. You're going with a 2-0 United win. Love that from you. And enjoy the rest of your time away. And we'll see you back here soon. Christmas show, Monday.
See you Monday night.
See you Monday night. Thank you.
Enjoy the game.
Thank you, Ricky.
Too.
Quickly, Faz, I just want to say, by the way, guys, if anybody in the chat is going to the Manchester show, which is on Monday, the night before the Bayern game, Christmas show, it's going to be epic, it's going to be amazing. If you've bought tickets, will have received an email where you can ask questions for the panel. So if you have any questions you want to ask Ricky, Faz, Kev...
Oh, do we get to answer them on the stage?
Yeah, I'm going to pick the best ones. And we can answer the questions. There's already been some crackers come in. Make sure you go and check your emails and send a question in, because your question could get picked and read out and you can have it answered by the panel. So make sure you go and do that. But what did you make of Ricky's little cameo?
Yeah, it was good. I'm sure he probably wanted Johnny Evans in the lineup, but it's nice that we all can feel a little bit more positive compared to how the season started out. And he made a great point that Erasmus can get a goal after he comes off the bench. And like I say, the striker work rate needs to be shared out. He does go 100 miles an hour, but I can see Martial up his output level in terms of running. He's running a little bit more. I just see it, when I'm watching him play, he's running a little bit more than he usually used to. So that's nice to see as well. And look, he's been fit all season, so fingers crossed. But I have something to tell you. Kieran Trippier. Everybody goes on about Kieran, how good he is.
He is good. He had a shocker the other day.
Cost Newcastle 2 goals.
Let's not pretend our right back hasn't cost us some
But
goals.
hey, Diogo Dalot.
Like Kieran Trippier.
That's all I have to. That's all. I've not said nothing. I've not compared them. I'm just saying Diogo Dalot. That's it.
I love Dalot. I really do.
Not more than me.
And I hope, no, not more than you, Faz. I hope he has another cracker of a performance today. I really do. And I want him to start it right back. I like him. But Trippier is levels.
Yeah,
Trippier's
good.
levels.
Yeah,
he had an off day the other day against Everton, fair enough. But there's a reason they call him the Berry Beckham. Shout out to Berry, that's where I'm from. And that's where Trippier's from as well, from the same town. And there's a reason they call him that. I mean, his free kicks, his set pieces, his corners. Call me up when we have a right back who can produce that.
Yeah.
Seriously, we should have gone for him. Yeah, it's 2 mistakes. It's one game.
And the thing is, Dalot's so good at doing those things, the mistakes that Trippier made, but Dalot's not good at doing some of the things that Trippier's good at doing. How many times have we seen Dalot, receive the ball in our own half and carry it forward? And people are so unappreciative of things like this that we have. He's so important for our build-up from the back. But look, we're playing Harry Maguire in our back line. We know we're not going to be able to play out from the back. That's literally going opposite ways of Eric Ten Hag's philosophy.
Disagree with you.
You think Harry Maguire can play out from the back?
Harry Maguire is very
good. Our back line is much lower, but
Harry Maguire is better at passing out from the back than Varane is.
But I'm not comparing the players. I'm just saying, as a system, football, we're playing much deeper than we used to. When Maguire,
I think that's because we're missing Martinez. I don't necessarily think it's because of Maguire's fault.
But Martinez and Maguire still together, we still play deeper. Harry Maguire, the back line doesn't go past our own first third of the pitch.
I think we're.
When Varane and Martinez was on the pitch, you would see the back line be like at the halfway line.
Can I just say something? Sorry to disagree with you, but against Chelsea, we passed out from the back brilliantly. I'm sure I know why that was.
Okay.
Because Luke Shaw was playing centre-back, left-sided centre-back. It's having that centre-back that can do it and can partner Maguire. It's not because of Maguire. You need someone next to him who's going to be able to do that as well. Maguire can pass out from the back perfectly fine, in my opinion. Yes, he's had some bad mistakes in his time, but recently he's been good. I think his long balls are good. I think he can spread the ball well. But against Chelsea, one of the main things that stood out for me is that left-hand channel, Luke Shaw to Garnacho, inside to Bruno, and just kind of doing them triangles up the pitch to kind of work it out from the back line. I think we can absolutely pass it out from the back with that team. I really think we can.
When Eric started the season, and even last season, his back line would be, my whole point is his back line would be so much more higher up than what it is now. Onana would be outside his box.
Yeah.
He's totally changed his style to accommodate the players that he has, which is fine.
But do you not think it's because we've had some poor performances, so he's being a bit, and Onana's been cut out a few times, so he's been a bit safe. He's been a bit safer.
Yes, yeah.
He's probably been a bit safer. We'll probably start to see it move up the pitch.
Eric's philosophy is the back line has to be much higher up on the pitch, and the goalkeeper will be higher up as well.
And I'm sure we'll see that develop.
Yes, yeah, I'm sure.
And Martinez coming back in will be good, and maybe we'll sign Tadibo in January. But
look,
Maguire
has had a good month, has had some good run of games, but make no mistake, absolute years of horrendous performances. So he's well overdue, and congratulations to him for Player of the Month. And I hope he can go on for the rest of the season, and then we can part ways. But the actual football that Erik ten Hag will play, the full form, you will see the back line way higher up on the pitch.
We'll wait to see that develop. I don't think Erik ten Hag is anywhere near the way he wants it to be yet. Liam Allen Bruns, member for 8 months, 3 points today. Come on, United. See you lot in Manchester. Thank you, Liam. I'll see you in Manchester. And thank you for that super chat. Also, Faz, it's 1-1 now with Crystal Palace and Liverpool. Mo Salah goal. And even before that, 74th minute, Ayew got sent off for a second yellow.
Ooh,
so I think Liverpool are going to end up getting the win now.
They just churn out results. I was going to say, if you don't get as many questions or some interesting ones, if you want to send in a super chat with a question, maybe we can pick some from them as well.
Yeah.
Send a super chat in with your questions, and we'll go through them. And Beth will pick some of the ones, and we can probably bring it up on the show. Yeah,
that's a good idea too. So thank you for that, everybody. Next point of call I wanted to come across that people are talking about. Actually, we'll talk about 2 different things. First of all, I want to talk about Garnacho. Alejandro Garnacho.
Yeah.
Alejandro. I've seen the Lady Gaga song. Guess who's transferred him into FPL this week?
You have. Okay.
I have. And Buemo out, Garnacho in. Garnacho, I have a feeling he's going to do something today. I really like this guy. He's got confidence, he's got flair. Okay, yeah, his decision-making probably needs to improve, and he's still got bits to improve on. But I see him improving every game.
Yeah, I have absolutely no qualms. I'm over the moon with Alejandro. Absolutely over the moon.
Let's see if Faz will bring up the shirt number again.
Yeah, I always will. It's just these things matter to me, and I know it matters to the players. No problems at all. I'm not even going to sit here and nitpick because is such a young player doing such amazing things, and it's just I want to make sure that he keeps having that hunger and desire in his belly over the course of the years that he's got to have in Manchester United, and especially this season. I just want him to keep that feeling inside of him that I need to almost play like with a chip on your shoulder. Just keep trying to prove yourself and prove to yourself that you're able to play in the starting 11 week in, week out. And I'm sure in return it'll also help Rashford, try and up his levels as well. But fantastic player, a world-class talent. He's a world-class talent, no denying it. And obviously someone mentioned on our call-in show that we spend so much money on talent, whereas the best talent actually comes from our academy so far. So that's actually, very good point. And really, really like him, really enjoy him so far.
Do you think he'll end up going to Real Madrid eventually?
Yes.
Oh, it saddens me so much.
Yes.
It saddens me so much.
But...
he screams United though, doesn't he? Like you can tell he loves United.
But listen, we've always had this issue with Real Madrid. Even with the great Sir Alex Ferguson being here, we've had this issue. So, yeah, when Real Madrid calls, you go. It's just what it is. It's the sad truth.
I hope he stays.
Hope to see that change one day. I hope
he stays. But I think we're a long way off.
But that's.
But he's 19 and doing incredibly well.
I have Real Madrid fans tell me all the time, like, Garnacho, would you like to talk? We would like Garnacho. I was like, no chance, leave me alone.
I want to ask you a little bit about Kobbie Mainoo.
Yes.
Obviously, he was starting, and now he's kind of, been benched for a few games after the Newcastle game. A couple games. I don't think it's anything to worry about whatsoever. It's just the fact that Amrabat and McTominay did really well.
Have to fight for your place in the team.
Yeah.
And when players are performing, it's just that extra little bit of, performance that they have over you, and they're getting into the team. Eric mentioned I always have a bone to pick with Eric when in his press conferences, but he made a very good point. He says the team will construct itself. He said that in the press conference, that the best players in the best performance at the time will construct the team itself. You know, it's almost like you don't have to do anything. And yes, it's right. McTominay, Amrabat, and Bruno, and Anthony, all of these players, they're playing good. So that's who you're going to play because they're playing good. And I like that he's done that. He's last 3 games or so, 4 games, he's decided to change certain ways he deals with things. For example, his tactics, you know, and not having Harry Maguire play at the halfway line. He used to do that. He doesn't do that anymore. Picking players, you know, almost like a yo-yo thing where a player performs, but the next game he drops him. We had this conversation with Fred last season. Remember when Fred had performed? And we're like, no, he's a bench player. Same thing with McTominay. We would say, oh, don't play him. He's a bench player. But now he's rewarding players. Players are doing, you know, they're growing in confidence. We're gaining a little bit of momentum, it seems. We're creating chances. We're creating opportunities. We're not conceding tons and tons of goals in the Premier League, which is really positive, and we just build from that. So it's good. And McTominay's got his place. He's earned it, if you ask me. So rightfully he will play. And Kobe will come in. Kobe will come in the second half of games, and he will have to show that I can also start. So it's healthy competition, and it's very good.
You want that. You want players competing for places. You want the manager to have a head scratcher because that means all the players are doing well, and that's exactly what we want to see. But Faz, we'll move on to players to watch.
Yeah.
So your first player to watch is Anthony.
Yes. Yeah.
Anthony Dos Santos.
Yes.
McTominay actually gave him a little bit of a shout out on his post-match interview after the Chelsea game. And I thought it was a good game from him. Do you expect him to kick on from that today?
Yeah, I do. I'm so touched by the interview, obviously, that he gave to us, and he mentioned about how media and the pressures outside of the pitch can affect a player, and I'm really glad that he's got good people around him and that can help him, you know, through his tough times, and now he's slowly starting to express himself. Look, I know full well, we all know full well, if you don't already, that he's a flair player. He likes to do skills and entertain. He's got that DNA in him. You've seen that when he played in Ajax. Players like that, you need to let them express themselves. If he wasn't confident and he was hesitant, he doesn't get that nutmeg against Silva, you know, that's going around on the internet.
Oh, I like that.
And those little things can make masses of difference to a player's confidence. Just little successes on the pitch. You know, when, was it the Galatasaray game, right? When he's just he's using his left foot, almost taking the ball on the sideline and then just running past players. Little success is going to make the biggest difference for him. And I want him to continue to do that. Yes, he'll end up making mistakes on the way, but we just have to be patient. Just have to be patient. And his price tag is what's been held on top of him, something that he's not to blame for. And it's just hopefully he can get some goals and assists now, because I do need numbers from my wingers.
Yeah, we need him to show some output going forward, but also, I think in the Chelsea game, he's really unlucky not to get an assist. McTominay should have bagged off one of his passes. Another few couple he put in where I thought players could have maybe scored.
But Rashford could have got him an assist as well a couple of games ago, I remember. It's a shame.
I think things
Dalot dropped off 5 assists this season alone, if I remember correctly.
Well, it's at that time when Bruno's the biggest one that's been wrong.
Yes, yeah. But
I think things will click with him, and I hope he builds off that performance against Chelsea. Like I said, goals and assists, hopefully they'll come. The minimum I want is a good overall 90-minute performance if you're giving everything. He tracked back well, got forward well, did the right things, made the right decisions, got some crosses in. That's good for me.
Could I ask everyone, rate the lineup out of 10? Just a number, because a lot of people, you know, every build-up show we see people say, oh, I don't like the lineup, this, that. Rate the lineup out of 10.
Yeah, rate the lineup out of 10, everyone. Rate the lineup out of 10. One thing I'll just come through that's come up for me is Bruno Fernandes currently has picked up 4 yellow cards in the Premier League this season, meaning he is 1 away from a match ban. If he gets booked today, he will miss the trip to Anfield next weekend. So, 1 second, everyone. Please.
Why do you have to give me these headaches?
Please, Bruno. Ten Hag obviously trusts him.
Yeah, but he trusted Casemiro last season.
Yeah, but Bruno's been on this for a while. people were saying get booked against Chelsea, so the game you miss in Bournemouth, not Anfield. But just don't get booked. Just do not get booked at all, because we need him for every game. Honestly, we need him for every game.
A lot of 7s and 8s. So people are clearly happy with the lineup today, which is a positive, which is good.
Yeah,
good.
It's positive. It's positive.
What would you change in this lineup if you had to?
I wouldn't change anything.
You wouldn't change anything. So it's almost 10 out of 10 then.
I'd like to see Hojlund in, maybe for Martial.
Really?
But because I know that Hojlund needs to be managed, and I know his workload's been a lot, I'm fine with it. I won't change anything, don't think.
Yeah, I'm okay with that, yeah. Well, your player to watch, your first player to watch?
Yeah, my first player to watch is Alejandro. I picked Garnacho, one, because I've put him in my FPL team, which hopefully I've not cursed him, because that does happen. That does happen with my FPL. But I put him in my FPL team, and also I just think he's top draw. I've talked about him quite a lot.
Yeah.
And my second player to watch was actually Hojlund, because I thought, he needs a Prem goal. But I think he'll come off the bench and hopefully he can get one through that. Oh my God. 91st minute, Harvey Elliott have scored to win it 2-1 to Liverpool.
Are on
They're going to win the title, aren't they? Yeah, I know.
Thank you. Now you see. They just know how to...
They got luck. They just know how to win, don't they?
They just got that little...
Coming back the other day from Fulham
Peri
as well.
spice, Nando spice they have in their football. It's just... They have this something, and I can almost feel it that they're gonna win the league. And my closest friends are Liverpool fans, and they're silently, churning out these 91st. They do it all the time.
The belief that gives you as a team as well.
Oh, crazy!
It helps the mentality so much.
A huge point. Probably one of the best points you've made.
Thanks,
is the belief that gives a team when you can get last-minute winners against like bottom half or mid-table teams is massive. It's massive. And you can use that going forward into the season and almost feel untouchable. And we have to play them next week.
Some people asking where Twiggy is. Twiggy's over there, bless her. Yeah, she's just chilling over there.
That is a shocking Christmas tree.
I know. Well, we'll get another barbel on it.
That's a diet Christmas tree.
If we win today. And
my second player to watch was...
Your second player to watch was McTominay.
Yeah,
McTerminator.
Scooby-Doo.
Robin Van McTominay.
Yeah.
Scooby-Doo.
He's doing well, isn't he? He's doing really, really well. And football is funny. It's just very surprising. I wonder where him and Maguire will end up this transfer window in the summer. But he's adding to the team. That's the most important thing. Is adding to the team. People will have criticism on his hiding and this, that, the other. But look, when the team's winning, I can't be bothered complaining about unnecessary things. So, yeah, happy with him. I hope he can get a goal today. He's our top scorer with 6 goals, isn't he? At the moment, which is fantastic. Which is actually fantastic. And Eric spoke about his finishing as well, actually. Eric spoke about his finishing. And listen, when Eriksen comes back and starts adding to the team, Scott McTominay will be keeping Eriksen out as well. Don't forget.
Mount.
Scott McTominay will keep Mount out at this current rate. So it's just baffling.
Next thing I wanted to talk about. A lot of people are talking about maybe, the refs not being great in that Liverpool Palace game. I'll have to watch it back and watch the day later. I've not seen it, obviously, because
cry me a river. What was it? As in, like,
I'm fed up.
Liverpool,
fed up of Liverpool getting these last-minute winners.
Sorry, you mean because PGMOL are shit scared of Liverpool now. I've said this many times. They're scared of Liverpool, 100%. The way Liverpool and Klopp embarrassed the league, it was astonishing. I don't give kudos to Liverpool, but for that I do. One
thing I want to say my next point is Dominic Solanke for Bournemouth.
Why do I feel like he's going to score a header?
Do you say that's their biggest threat?
Yeah, he's really good in the box. He's really, really good in the box. And we were just saying you wouldn't mind him in Manchester United, and neither would I.
I wouldn't. And people might laugh at that.
I don't know why
if you watch the Premier League and you watch Bournemouth, Dominic Solanke's a good striker.
He's good with both feet. He's good in the box. He's tall, strong, got a good shot on him. It's just he links up well. He's a good striker, very good striker, and make no mistake, he might move somewhere to a higher up in the league team soon enough. I like him, I do, and he's having a good season. When a player's having a good season in good form, and especially when they come to Old Trafford, they like to score goals. I just feel like he's going to score a header.
I hope we keep him quiet today.
I hope Maguire can keep him quiet.
Big Harry Maguire, but yeah, I think he's good. They've got some good players at Billings, another good one.
Yeah.
What's he
Their
called?
wingers and fullbacks are good as well.
Lemur, the one who used to play for Palace. The one who used to play for Palace, I've got it in Lemur. I've got it in my head. That's not his name, but I need to go look at their.
Did you hear that?
Team sheet. I don't think that is it. Let me have a look at it. Bournemouth. Let me see your starting lineup. Lerma, that's it. Jefferson Lerma. He is good too. Is he starting for them? Or is he injured?
Have you got the lineup for them as well?
Yeah,
Actually,
I've got it for them. No, he's not in the starting 11 and he's not on the bench. So, I mean, that's an interesting one. Their starting 11 is Neto in goal, their captain. Neto, by the way, did you know the story about Neto?
Which story?
Came from Barcelona.
Yeah.
To play first team football.
Yeah.
Good call, that. Neto, Smith, how do I say that name? Zabarani? Sensi, Kirkers, Cook, Christie.
Sexy. What? Wait. Wait.
Senesi.
Wait, don't go. What did you just say? You're funny,
Senesi.
you are.
Kirkers, Cook, Christie, Kluver, Semenko, Solanke, Tavernier. Tavernier is, again, very, very good right back. Very good right back. It's one to watch, putting crosses into the box. They've got some good players, they really have.
It'll be an interesting matchup. I think they'll be trying to get a goal from a set piece.
Oh, Jefferson Lerma plays for Palace.
They're going to be trying to get a goal.
Lerma came from Bournemouth to Palace. That's why I got it mixed up. He transferred from Bournemouth to Palace last season. That's why I got it mixed up.
Yeah, I think if we need to watch our set pieces. I have a feeling they're gonna do something from a set piece and maybe hold up for 3 points or a point. And we've seen this happen before in Old Trafford, because Old Trafford is still not, like a fortress like it used to be last season, right? Where we had a run of home games. So
just realised Tavernier is a winger as well. I got that wrong. I'm not having a good day.
Because you said they're fullback, isn't it?
I meant the winger. He is a good winger.
So yeah, I think set pieces and just in transition, making sure we don't get caught off guard. Those are the 2 points. I don't really think we had anything to be scared of other than that with Bournemouth, in all honesty. But if the players don't turn up, then anybody will look really good. Any team looks good against Manchester United if the players don't turn up. So I just hope we're not proven wrong and Bournemouth come out and try and play us off the park. We just need to play good passing in the midfield, that's all. If we leave Sofian Amrabat alone and Scott McTominay is higher up on the pitch and Amrabat is isolated in the midfield, then we're going to be in for a long day.
Yeah, I don't think we'll be in for a long day. I think it'll be a difficult game, though. I don't think it'll be easy as what people think. Yeah.
Early goal, 3-1. I think that I'm even 3-1. Maybe it might be 3-0. I think it might be 3-0. I think we might have a really good one. 3-0. Anthony, Martial, Bruno.
Yeah, everybody get your score predictions in the comments.
I'd say 3-0. Should be an easy. We should just make it light work today and not make it too difficult. We've got bigger games to come. Just get 2 goals in, make the subs, rest the players that you need to, and see out the game. That's what I would want. Rest Martial, rest Garnacho, maybe even rest Bruno, in the second half. He never takes off Bruno Fernandes. When was the last time Bruno Fernandes got substituted? I actually can't remember. Can anyone remember? When was the last time Bruno Fernandes got substituted?
I don't think he will.
You should rest him, because especially considering yellow card, we've got a yellow card to worry about. You should definitely take him off in the second half.
I think as long as we're winning the game.
4-0, someone said. 4-0, 5-2.
As long as we're heavily winning the game.
4-0, 5-2, 3-0. Yeah, I think 3-0. I would win this game 3-0. Shouldn't make it any harder than it needs to be.
Everyone, by the way, just to update you, the Manchester Christmas show on Monday, there are the final few tickets left. Link is in the description. It's going to be a Christmas cracker. We're all going to be there. Make sure you come and join us on Monday, just before the big Champions League clash against Bayern Munich on Tuesday. Please come and join us. There's a few tickets left in the description down below. People think I was getting mixed up with Tavernier from the Scottish League, but I wasn't. I do know it's Tavernier from Bournemouth.
That's not as bad as when Ginge said Amrabat from Watford. That one was funny.
Yeah, I just got mixed up with right wing and right back, but he's a good player, that Tavernier. I think he's a good player.
Anybody can be a good player when they come to Old Trafford and try and
he's been good all
play well.
season.
And keepers as well, don't forget. Keepers come to Old Trafford and drop absolute masterclass performances.
Do you know the Bournemouth manager as well? I think he came from Rayo Vallecano, if I'm correct, in Spain. Maybe someone can correct me on that, but I think he did come from Rayo Vallecano. He had a history over there of getting really good results against the top teams in that league. So, I mean, he's not been able to quite carry that on into the Premier League yet, but he has got that history in the Spanish league. So that's an interesting point as well.
So far with Bournemouth, they got out of relegation, zone, so to say. But let's see where they end up in the league.
Pardon?
I said, let's see where they end up.
Do you think they'll avoid relegation?
Yeah, I think they will.
They absolutely will. I think people that think Bournemouth will get relegated.
So will Everton, by the way.
Oh, Everton won't get relegated. I think the bottom three will be Sheffield United, Burnley,
Luton.
And I think Luton might survive.
You reckon?
I think Palace. Palace might get dragged in. I honestly do. They're not doing great.
I don't like Edward and Ayew as Crystal Palace in Crystal Palace. I think I don't. I think Palace really need to invest in their front line. Really, really do. What did the game end? 2-1, didn't it, with Liverpool?
Yeah, it ended 2-1. 2-1 with Harvey Elliott.
Look at. And so what position?
Who do you think will score today, Faz?
They're now top of the league. For us? 3-0. Martial, Bruno and Anthony, I'd say. Martial, Bruno and Anthony. I don't know why I'm going with...
You think Martial will score?
Anthony. Yeah, I think Martial scores, yeah.
What are your guys' score predictions? Get them in the comments. Who you think will...
What about you?
Who'll score? I'm going to go with 3-1.
Okay.
Oh, will he keep a clean sheet? I'm going to go with 3-1.
How many... Does Onana have the most clean sheets?
I think McTominay might score again.
Imagine.
I think it will be McTominay, Garnacho, and hopefully Anthony.
Does Onana have the most clean sheets in the league?
Vallecano. I'm not very good at pronouncing names. Need a.
Can someone fact check that? Is Onana got 5 clean sheets or 6?
Onana's still top clean sheets in the league.
Is it 5 or 6?
I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure how many it is. I think it's 5.
I'm very interested to see how he does over the course of the season if he ends up getting close to Golden Glove, because I will be absolutely mudded. I'll be proud though, but I'll be mudded because I said I wonder when Onana's going to get a Golden Glove for Manchester United, remember? So imagine if he actually goes on a mad clean sheet.
I remember that at the start of the season.
Yeah.
He was like, will he get the Golden Glove?
Yeah.
And if he gets the Golden Glove and still doesn't have the best season, I'll say that's pretty. He can get the Golden Glove 100%. And still not have the best season.
Yeah, 100%. Imagine he ends up doing it.
4-1 United, says Eman. 3-0 says El Stasso. And is Scooby-Doo starting? Yes, he is. Scott McTominay is starting. Hope Hojlund scores, says Maximilian. Bournemouth are too good. Someone thinks that we'll lose.
Their
3-2.
Their run of games is actually really good.
They said Garnacho and Anthony and Solanke double. And top of the clean sheets is Pope with 6.
Let me ask this. I've had an interesting question that's just popped in my head, right? Everyone.
Crystal Palace and Liverpool have just finished 2-1.
Yeah, 2-1. Who's been our player of the season so far? Good question, isn't it? Tough question. Have a think. Who has been the player of the season for Manchester United so far?
Who's yours? Who's yours, Faz?
People ask... Dalot or Bruno.
You and Dalot player of the season?
Because he's every single... Okay, which player has played every single game?
I'd give it Bruno.
Bruno or Dalot. And Bruno and Dalot, because they both had little dips, but then they both had, good performances. So, yeah. McTominay... He's not been consistently in the team. He's not been consistently. He's only just come in, and then gone on this mad run in the last 5-6 games, 7 games. Amrabat has not started the season strong. Left back position was riddled with injuries. Centre backs riddled with injuries. Maguire's only had a bit of run. Bruno's been in the squad. Dalot's been in the squad consistently. Rashford obviously totally out. Anthony issues. Garnacho coming in, and now he's performing. So over the whole course of the season, considering all the games we've played, not just the little patch that we've had, it has to be between Bruno and Dalot.
I think I'd go with Bruno. But McTominay deserves a bit of a shout, but I think I'd go with Bruno. Here's one. Maguire, does he deserve a shout? Here's a stat for you, Faz. After taking just 3 points from their first 9 Premier League games this season, 3 draws, 6 losses, Bournemouth have picked up 13 points in their last 6. 4 wins, 1 draw, 1 loss.
That's 13 points out of 18, isn't it? Out of possible 18.
Don't ask me to do mathematics. Don't ask me to do mathematics. In their last 6 games, so 3
6 times
times
3
6 is 18.
Yeah, and they've got how many points?
13.
So that's
39. Go on, trust yourself.
What was your favourite subject in school?
PE.
What was your...
And English. I loved
and
English.
what was your strongest subject that you did well in?
Probably English and PE. Got an A-star in both.
Is it? Okay, interesting.
So people call me a dumb blonde. Have a day
No,
off.
English is still hard. English is still
I wasn't
hard.
good at maths. Wasn't my best.
Okay.
What was yours, Faz?
My easiest subject that I found.
3 times 6 is 3 times 6. 3 times 6. Is it 18? Is it 18?
Yeah, it is.
Someone's just said I'm wrong. No, it is 18. Oh, people stop
They're
trolling
just
me in the
trolling, yeah.
comments. Stop trolling me in the comments. I was like, yeah, it is.
Am I bugging here? No, the chat.
God, I'm having a bad day. The last 15 minutes, I've been caught off guard.
You need subbed off.
Yeah.
No.
I've been ill, guys. Give me a
My
break.
easiest subject was science. I was really good at maths. Science and maths.
Science and maths. Oh, so you're a maths guy.
I hated history and geography. Hated it. I don't like history. I didn't like studying
I like
about
geography.
Henry and all of them guys.
I like geography. History wasn't for me.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah. Science. And maths.
But yeah. I've not.
What did the chat
I've
say?
not been on the
Player
ball
of the
today.
season. Who's player of the season? Can we? Dalot. Some people said Dalot. Some said Dalot nowhere near. You are absolutely having a laugh. I'll never, no way. Bruno, I can understand. Garnacho over the goal because of the goal and the little bit of performances, but it's a long season. And over the course of the season, who's played? You have to look at the players who've been most involved. You can't just give it to a player because they've had a little patch of performances. But a lot of people are going for... How is someone mentioned Luke Shaw? He's been injured for how long? I don't understand how you've mentioned Luke Shaw. A lot of Garnacho, though. A lot of Garnacho. McTominay, I understand, but he didn't play enough minutes. He's played, 700 odd minutes so far, if I'm not mistaken. Dalot's already gone 1,000 plus. Bruno's gone 1,000 plus minutes. They've played every game. I wouldn't even dispute if someone said Bruno Fernandes, so yeah.
Interesting stuff. Greg, will you let me know when Mark's live so we can hand us over? Me and Faz have got to get to Old Trafford.
You know, I was thinking as well, how Saliba has never won Player of the Month, has he? Premier League Player of the Month.
Saliba? No, I don't.
Is that Team of the Year? He's at Team of the Year, if I'm not mistaken, but Saliba's never had Player of the Month.
Harry Maguire Player of the Month. Congrats to him, what a comeback. I think it was arguable whether...
What about this Manager of the Month? People have been, a little bit hesitant about Eric being Manager of the Month. What do you think?
I don't think you can argue against it. If it's Premier League Manager of the Month. In the Premier League, he won 3 games and conceded no goals. You can't argue with that. Like, how can you argue with that?
0 goals conceded is a very, very,
Exactly.
strong
so
argument.
I just don't think you can say anything against
strong
it.
argument. And same for Harry Maguire. But I just find it very interesting how Eric has decided eventually to change his style a little bit to suit Harry. What should the chat raid?
Yeah, what should we raid the chat with? Faz, you pick.
Shall I pick?
Yeah.
I know, title charge. Just go and raid his chat with title charge.
No.
After today. Yeah,
No.
just do it. No, I've said it now.
No.
Just title charge. No, because the producers did it to us on a show of mine.
We need to end
with the title charge.
Go and raid it with
title
Christmas
charge.
trees. Go and raid it with Christmas trees.
Title charge.
Goodbye, everyone. Hit a like on the video,
We're going on a title
and
charge.
we'll see you after for
said
the
it.
fan
There you go.
forum.